I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, and welcome. We need to start with a roll call. Ms. Harris, will you help us with that?
Sure. Everyone is present, and we do have a quorum.
Thank you. We have an agenda before us. We've got a couple of changes to that agenda, or to consider anyway. If we can add to our consent agenda a street closure request for the VFW on August 2nd to close the alley between 9th and 10th Street for a fundraiser event. If we can add that to our consent agenda, or consider it there. And then I'm told that we need to remove Resolution 2538. That's perhaps no longer needed, or maybe will again in the future, but we can, at least for tonight, we can remove that item from the agenda. So with those two changes, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make that motion, Your Honor.
Mr. Welling. Is there a second? Mr. Sellers seconding. Discussion?
What day did you say that was? October 2nd?
August 2nd, yes.
August 2nd.
It's on this page.
Yeah, you should,
Well, that's what this is?
that's the one. Further discussion? If there's none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? We have an agenda. We have the council minutes for July 1st and the work session minutes for July 8th. Any concerns with those minutes? If not, we will acknowledge those as they've been prepared, and we will go to the bills. Fairly large warrant register there. One of the biggest I've seen for a while, but we got a lot of bills to pay this time around, I guess. Questions, comments, concerns?
Big chunk of that's the overlay project, though,
Yes,
right?
that is correct.
I'll make a motion that we approve the bills.
Make sure we have a motion. Mr. Perks, is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Schmidt seconding. Thank you. Any discussion? If there's none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That is approved. Council comments. Let's start down at the far end again tonight and break things up. Ms. Hageman, lead us out here. What's on your mind tonight?
I had a suspicion you were going to do that to me.
Clairvoyant, are you?
First and foremost, I'd like to wish a belated happy birthday to Kane, our wonderful reporter who's with us every Tuesday, documenting what goes on in this city government. She doesn't look a day over 30, so there you go. And the other thing is, I'd like to just keep everybody aware, there is another attempt at a public land grab by Representative Hageman. Go through it, look it up. This is, they reformulated after pulling the other public land from the other bill, and it seems to be going, the money would go towards public schools or something like that. I'm not, I can't quite trace the money of that, but it seems strange as that public land has been paid for by our great-grandparents and our grandparents and our parents for us, that we have paid for our children, our grandchildren, and our great-grandchildren. So giving money back to recipients, school kids, that it's their land anyway. It's their money. So just keep a look on that, because this was the same Congresswoman who tried to push things towards us with the previous land grab that could have sold that land right around us to foreign adversaries, which was why Senator Lee ended up pulling it, because they couldn't justify it. So just a public service announcement about our very, very precious, to all of us, our inheritance, our public lands.
Thank you, Mr. Sellers.
So I get up early in the morning and doing things, and those crews working all night long to get that overlay done in the busy part of town, that was really impressive. So I thought that was, and the job looks really good. So I'd like to send my thanks to them, and for not disrupting our whole downtown area during the day. I thought that was really good.
Mr. Welling.
I have nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Mr. Parks.
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
Lynn.
Went down Thursday to the farmer's market, listened to the band. That was the most vendors I've seen there ever. That was an awesome turnout. Very little band. I can't wait till we get the stage built. It's going to make it even better.
62. They had 62 vendors. That was their most ever.
Yeah, it was awesome. I got fruit, I got some honey, I got all kinds of stuff. Whatever my wife said, grab. So it was fantastic. So go check that out. We had the member guest at the golf course this weekend. Brought in a lot of people from out of town. I know my guest was in a hotel room, so, thanks to the golf course staff that worked their butt off on that. And me and my partner won, so it was fun.
Good for you guys. Excellent.
That's all I got.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Schmidt.
Yeah, just like to remind everybody of the car show and the events coming up on the 26th, and hope everybody can enjoy themselves. That's it,
Excellent.
Be safe.
Be safe, yes.
I'll just say amen. I don't have anything to add to those things. I think everything's been covered that I was thinking of, so we will just move on. We have no public hearings or special orders. We now have those two consent agenda items. Parade route for Zone 5 racing for bike race on July 26th, and of course the alley closure on August 2nd. Any questions, concerns? Is there a motion to approve our I'm sorry. Please, Chief. No, please. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So that parade route by Troy Jr. with Zone 5 Racing.
Yes.
The race comes in on Highway 150. It turns up South Ridge. There's an aid station usually at the rec center. It then goes down City U onto Cheyenne, and then onto Yellow Creek and out of town on Chalk Creek on to continue on. For the past, I believe, 4 years, he's requested 2 officers to work 2 hours to shut down traffic on Highway 150. July 26th this year is going to be extra busy for us. The reason I bring this up is it is in the parade permit. We have obviously the brew fest going on. We have the after party. We've got the softball tournament. We've got the concert. We've got the car show. And I'm down 3 officers right now. One on maternity leave, one on injury, and one still in training. I just don't not have the manpower. When I got to make cuts, I prefer not to pull from any local events. I just don't have the manpower to shut this road down.
Okay.
As he's requested permit. So my request to you and the members of the council is that I have no problem with the race. I just ask they follow the rules of the road when they're operating their bicycles, and there won't be any officers to shut the parade route down.
Okay.
Have you asked the sheriff's office to assist in any way, or?
No, I have not done that.
Okay.
So you're okay with the race? We just need them to practice their own safety precautions necessary.
That's right. This is the only location they actually shut traffic down, which I get nervous sometimes because you have to time the cars with the bikes, and they get in that racing mindset. And then throughout the rest of the town, they follow the rules of the road.
Okay.
Overall, I think the race is actually safer if they're going to do that. They just follow the rules of the road all the way through town.
Okay. How do we get that information to them? If this was to be approved with that stipulation, that requirement, we need to...
I will personally talk to the organizer.
Okay. Okay. Appreciate that information. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Any questions?
I like the
Makes
idea.
sense.
I like the idea of contacting the sheriff's office. Would that impede any, or do you need all those guys on hand?
I'm not sure where they're at right now. I have to make that phone call. If the sheriff's office wants to work it, I have no objection to it, but like I said, we're just short. We got a lot of hours to cover that day. And
Absolutely.
like I said, we don't have a full staff. There's no call from anybody, so I'll be there. But I just currently can't cover it.
Maybe that's something when you visit with Mr. Hubner, maybe that you can relay that to them. Maybe he can reach out to the sheriff's office and see if they can support that event in some fashion.
Yes,
That would be a workable solution.
Chief, how long is that shut down for?
it's only shut down for 2 hours.
2 hours?
The spread of the day, I believe it starts at, I don't have the commit from me, what's the time listed on there, probably about 10:30.
10:30 to 12:30.
10:30 to 12:30, and then we have the after party and softball tournament, and we're starting to spread. I'd be concerned it's starting to spread.
Subdivision agreement, subdivision agreement. Developer. So with that and this minor change to the plat, that's all I have to add.
Okay. That seems fairly benign. We have, this is of course on third reading. Is there a motion to approve ordinance 2505 on third and final reading?
I'll make that motion, Your Honor.
Mr. Welling,
Second, Your Honor.
Mr. Schmidt seconding. Any discussion?
Are
Discussion?
there going to be signs on the street that say no parking? Is that our responsibility or is that their responsibility?
That'll be their responsibility to add the no parking signs.
Further discussion?
I mean, the people subdividing this know they're okay with what's going on here as far as these notes?
I think so. Mr. Francis is right there.
Okay with all those? Okay.
Yeah, if you read that note without pulling Revolution Edition from that, makes no sense. So
Okay.
it just refers to the subdivision name.
Any further discussion? If there is none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? That is approved. Thank you, Mr. Francis. Appreciate it. Hope you have a smashing success with your new subdivision. See you, man. We'll go on to new business, and we'll start there with Resolution 2533. Mr. Harris, will you read that title for us, please?
Resolution 2533 is a resolution approving and authorizing the final plat for the Wyoming Estates Edition, a subdivision within the city of Evanston, Wyoming, is more particularly described herein.
Thank you.
Yes, Mayor and Council, this is a minor subdivision. There's no proposed extensions of public infrastructure to what's being proposed. This property is located at the intersection of Constitution Avenue and Declaration Drive, as it's highlighted on the map. Its address presently is 98, I believe off of Declaration Drive, 98 Declaration Drive. So what is being proposed is a 3-lot subdivision. As shown here, I may have a better view of that with the colored version. So lots 1, 2, and 3, they are proposing a multifamily dwelling on each lot. The property is zoned medium density residential established, so in that zoning district, a multifamily development or dwelling is a permitted land use. So one building on each lot, each building will have 4 dwelling units. For a minimum lot size in the medium density residential established district, there's 3,000 square feet of lot area required per dwelling unit. So with 4 dwelling units on each lot, you got a minimum 12,000 square feet that's required. The smallest of the lots is 12,596 if I'm reading that correctly. So the lots do comply with the minimum lot size requirements of the city code. There are existing utility easements on the property. There's a 5-foot wide public utility easement located along the east boundary of the subdivision. It's that long, narrow, kind of reddish colored easement. The other easements showing on there are proposed. So there is a utility easement, an all-purpose utility easement that runs along the west property lines of lots 1, 2, and 3. There is an access and utility easement across lots 1, 2, and 3, providing access through the development. And just so you have an idea of what's being proposed, there is a site plan that was submitted to the Planning Commission or the Board of Adjustment. They reviewed a variance request for some encroachments of that driveway access through the interior side yard setback areas. Those areas that were highlighted on red on the map were the areas that they requested the variance encroachment. That variance encroachment was approved, so we are good with the site plan. They are presently working on construction plans for this development. We expect to receive those within the next day or two in the form of a building permit application. Yeah, the development looks like is continuing on very nicely. One of the things that we are proposing, and I need to make a correction in the staff report, on the last page, I guess it would be the second paragraph down on the last page. I note that following consideration of approval of the Wyoming Estates Edition, the City Council will also consider a resolution to approve the subdivision development agreement. The council will not need to approve a resolution for that. There is a subdivision development agreement that's in place. That's been reviewed by the developer, and we do have signed copies of that. So, and the purpose of that is really to create conditions, covenants, and restrictions that addresses the maintenance, repair, and replacement of improvements within the development. By recording the CCRs along with the agreement that we have in place with the county recorder's office, anyone purchasing land in the future should know and be informed of what their responsibilities are if they're purchasing any one of these 3 lots. So it's an additional layer of protection for those people that are purchasing land in the future. As you're aware, we've got some other subdivisions within the city where there's private road, private developments, infrastructure that's private, and future landowners aren't always notified of their responsibilities for the maintenance of that. So hopefully this addresses
It'll be in the
those
disclosure.
things. So, the City Subdivision Review Committee has reviewed the final plat for this subdivision. There were no concerns expressed for this. So yeah, staff recommends approval of the subdivision subject to the 3 conditions that are listed in the recommendation. If you'd like, I could go through those, but.
This is right, Your Honor.
Yes, go ahead.
This is right next to Mr. Francis, where's he is?
It is.
Correct, yes.
Okay.
So if this thing goes, Francis's goes, and then that other one goes, that's going to be a whole lot of people moving into one little area.
That's true.
Yeah, Mr. Francis's property is this piece here. And if you remember, he's got a 5-lot subdivision. So lot number 5 is this lot right here. He's proposing for a multifamily development. You have multifamily here, so yeah, you could have some higher densities along the street frontage of Constitution, low-density residential just east of the subdivision.
Yeah.
On that other one right there in the bottom corner is the other one that we've already approved, correct?
Yes.
It certainly has the potential to increase traffic and increase density. I think it's, I guess from my perspective, obviously that increases the traffic on Constitution and on Wasatch Drive, although I think we can also say that we do have the benefit of Constitution extends to the north there and ties in with the road around the roundhouse that wasn't there not all that long ago. And so it does, but the concern is certainly valid.
Those are a lot of multi-families, so I mean, if you're single-family homes, that's not so many, but we're trying to cram a whole bunch of multi-family stuff right there next to all that other stuff. Are there any concerns with not just traffic, but then you got trash collection, you got snow removal, you've got, excess use on that road? I mean, I'm just trying to look forward to say, hey, we're trying to cram a lot in one little spot, so I don't know if you're more knowledgeable about all this than I am, so I just want to throw that concern out there if there's any concern you have.
And the speed limit on Constitution's about 55 a lot of days. So,
Only when Mike's driving.
like I said, that's only when I'm late for
Only
tea
for
time.
those that can't read.
I screamed at somebody the other day.
I don't know. I'm just asking if you would kind of look at that big picture, and if you see concerns or no concerns, you know this better than I do, but that's a lot.
One of the nice things about this development proposal is the Constitution Apartments located just to the south, access from the parking lot. You got people that are backing in and out of the street.
I like this setup.
This is a much better design where it removes the parking lot from the street, creates its own area. Trash collection will be through the development. I've located a couple of options, whether it's city pickup or a private garbage collection. There are some areas that are located on Lot 2 and Lot 3 for either one of those to occur.
So with the number of buildings or the number of complexes that are going to be built, how many actual units are going to be in the whole, not only in this one, but in that local area, do you know?
Not quite sure what Mr. Francis is going to propose. He is limited on the number of dwellings that he'll be able to get on Lot 5 just because of the open space requirement for the zone. I believe he was looking at 4 units. He mentioned at the last meeting.
I would think you'd
with this,
about 16
12.
total, based on this
16
one and
total.
Mr. Francis's.
Yeah.
And then with the single-family home. So you've got the potential for
20.
20 more families.
How's our infrastructure, our pipes, our water, or sewer up there? Is it,
Yeah, the infrastructure is adequate for what's being proposed.
12-inch water main that runs right down there.
and it's relatively new? Okay.
I'm not against it, but I'm just saying that's a lot of people we're going to try and cram into one little area if all of these come into fruition. So I just want us to try to do as much forward thinking as we can when we try to do that.
That other property's up for sale, isn't it, Dwayne?
Yeah, I was going to mention that as well. So this property that went through a change in zoning. It has access off of Wasatch Road, and they were proposing a second access to Constitution Avenue. Yeah, that property has since been listed for sale.
So that one could be a while before we see.
Yeah, so that's 62 according to my count with their 12 new ones, and Francis does 4. That's 62, including mine and Hoagman's. Between the units I have and the Hoagman's and the ones that Landmark has down, and add those, there's 62 total between Wasatch and the end of where Mr. Francis would be. There'd be 62.
Okay, is there a introduction on this resolution?
I'll introduce the motion to pass.
Mr. Welling, the motion, is there a second?
I'll second it, Your Honor.
Burke seconding. Further discussion?
I'm glad to see people are building because we need housing, and we're going to need more of it, so
Huge investment in our community on their part.
absolutely.
I'd just like to say one thing. I really would like to take a look. Adequate, although the infrastructure is adequate, you know, some of our other things are adequate, and it causes the breaks and the stuff. And if we've got this much building with this much potential building on those lines, I think it's worth it just to take a little gander and maybe fix some stuff before it breaks, you know, if that makes sense. If it needs to be, I think it should probably take a look at. We're putting in a lot of 62 that's a lot, and then plus the other properties around it. So just, I think it's good to take a look at that, that infrastructure.
His stuff.
Yeah.
I think quite a bit of that infrastructure was installed back in the early 80s,
Much of
maybe
it's
late 70s, early 80s.
Yep.
You know,
in this area.
Those guys do such an amazing job of fixing water lines, which always break when it's sub-zero, and they're out there freezing till midnight. What I'm looking at is maybe taking a look at that before that happens, and then the dirt's being moved anyway, so it's a saved expense, but that's all.
Yeah.
We need the housing. It is an investment in the community.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue that, but you start stacking people on top of people in one little area, that can cause some unforeseen problems too. So I just want us to look at it as close as we can as we get to, if these start to come to fruition, let's try and look at everything we're maybe not looking at, is what I'm saying.
Any further discussion? If there's none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That is approved. Thank you, Mr. Jacobson.
Thank you.
Our next item is a motion and a discussion to award a bid for the 2025 Roundhouse Courtyard project. Mr. Newsom.
Good evening. Recently, bids were requested for the finishing out of the courtyard at the Roundhouse. Bids were received. Stacy Maxfield was the responsible low bidder. He's the same individual who performed 75% of the work this last summer, so great company, and really we're just trying to extend the concrete through the footprint, at least the building part of Section 4, so those 4 remaining doors.
Okay, excellent.
And that was part of the budget request that was recently approved, so it was already pre-planned.
Sounds good. Any questions at all for Mr. Newsom? Anybody have before we move on this?
Is this,
Yay!
Go ahead.
is this complete all the way around? Is that what we're talking about?
County, Wyoming.
All the way around the intersection
Okay.
to about where the work for the sidewalk that Shades had done prior. Future plans, developments have an access road through the back. We obviously don't want to impact that, so we'll get through the 4 doors and the building exterior and then pause and reassess.
Okay, so are we going to be able to walk, say, from that parking lot around?
That's the goal. Is right now you have to walk that interior 10-foot sidewalk per se, run into the dirt. This will allow you to walk on the concrete to the sidewalk that's provided to the Shades portion of the building.
Okay.
So
At least some access, not walking in a mud puddle.
it truly just cleans up that last remaining portion.
Okay.
Is there a motion to award this bid?
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Sellers?
Second, Your Honor.
Mr. Schmidt, seconding? Discussion?
I'm glad Maxfield was the low bid and is going to finish. He did such a nice job on it.
Good work.
They did. And so I think I think it makes sense that it's, I know it has to be the bid process, but I'm really glad it's the same company doing it. I just think it'll make it that much better.
Yeah, I obviously don't know the schedule, but I assume he comes in and literally 2, if 3 weeks at the most, we're walking on concrete that we weren't walking on before.
And they're working right over there. They're working right over there anyway, so that should help them.
I'm excited we're keeping our money in Wyoming, and especially in Utah. I saw this, and I was like, go! You know, I was so, that's my pet peeve, and to be able to, award these to Wyoming companies and Uinta County company, that is just, makes my day.
This company is very respectable, do a good job, and they're very, very happy that they were the ones.
Let's get some more of them.
They're out of the valley? Is that where they're out of?
Fort Bridger.
Yeah.
If there's no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That is approved. Thank you. And I guess we'll go on relative to that, Resolution 2534. Mr. Harris will read that title for us, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2534 is a resolution of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the execution of an agreement with Stacy Maxville Construction, Inc. for the completion of all work required for the 2025 Roundhouse Courtyard Project, Section 4.
Thank you, sir. Same issue we just talked about.
Yeah, this is the formality of now trying to get your signature on the agreement so he can begin the work.
Sounds good. Is there an introduction on this resolution?
I'll introduce it with a motion to pass, Your Honor.
Mr. Perks for the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second and seconding. Any discussion? If there is none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That is approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution 2535. Mr. Harris, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2535 is a resolution of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the execution of a memorandum of understanding between the City of Evanston, Wyoming, and Upper Bear River Trout Unlimited, UBTU, to facilitate the installation of 3 docks at the Evanston Ice Ponds.
Nice. Is there anything we need to know about this before we...
Well, I will say this, this concept was brought to us by Ms. Larson from the Parks and Recreation District. And I know that Mr. Sagowski from UBTU is here.
Oh, nice.
But the proposal is that they found 3 docks. They're rehabilitating them, or will be rehabilitated and placed, and I think we showed you a map where they're going to be placed. And so that process was initiated as a project by UBTU, and I think I shared all that information with Mr. O'Neill and Mr. Newsom, so it's been reviewed. There were a proposal made by, and I think actually is it Game and Fish that
they donated.
The Game and Fish are involved, the Wyoming Game and Fish, and they proposed through Trout Unlimited that we execute this memorandum. I reviewed it, rewrote it, so we're all good to go.
Excellent. I think it's a cool project. And I have to say that Trout Unlimited for many years has supported a variety of very valuable projects, not just in Evanston, but in the entire, probably the state. But I'm aware of a few in Uinta County that have been pretty cool, so thank you. Thank you. Is there an introduction on this resolution?
I'll introduce the motion to pass, Your Honor.
Mr. Welling with a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it, Your Honor.
Schmidt seconding. Discussion.
My granddaughter, I was talking to her about this. She fishes down there. She's 9. She was wondering if you could just not build a bridge across the whole pond. She wants to cast out in the middle, so. But I said, probably not this year, so.
Thanks for everything you guys do. You're a good organization. We appreciate it.
Way cool. If there's no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That's approved. Thank you. We will go on to Resolution 2536. Mr. Harris, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2536 is a resolution of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the execution of a professional services agreement with Crest LLC, a Wyoming limited liability company, to provide engineering services related to the process, location, and installation of owner items for the relocation of an existing Rocky Mountain Power primary service line and a CenturyLink Lumen service line for the Evanston Parks and Recreation Center.
Recognize Ms. Larson's not here tonight, is she?
She had told us that she was going to be gone, Mayor. This is part of the process of preparing the project for the, we'll call it the retaining wall.
Yeah.
Remember the presentation we had on that. This is to relocate the CenturyLink Lumen and the Rocky Mountain Power service line. Remember the easement we did at the last meeting? This is part of that for Rocky Mountain Power. And Crest has proposed to perform the engineering services relating to what it calls the process location and installation of those relocates.
Excellent. Mr. Newsom.
I know a little bit about this scenario, and I thought Mr. Sanders would be here tonight, but ultimately the moral of this story is he was originally had a contract to do the investigation part of the rec center. The investigation is now turned into actual work, and so we're trying to separate that initial one into more formal paths to the relocation of the utilities, the roof itself, and the retaining wall. And that's what this is trying to do, is just break away from the first one that was created.
Sounds good. That's what it sounded like. Actually, the next resolution is similar issue, it looks like. Okay. Is there an introduction on this resolution?
I'll introduce with a motion to pass.
Mr. Lind with a motion. Mr. Sellers, is that who I heard over here? A motion and a second. Any discussion?
I hope Ms. Larson's having fun off the grid.
Yeah.
That's right. She is off the
She's
grid.
on some kind of a long trip, isn't she? I can't remember what it was, where she went, but she's gone. I think
She doesn't want to be found, I don't think,
I think
for a few
maybe you're
days.
right. I remember her mentioning being off the grid.
Off the grid.
Any further discussion? If there's none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Is there any opposed? That's approved. 2537, Resolution 2537. Mr. Harris, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2537 is a resolution of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the execution of a professional services agreement with Crest LLC, a Wyoming limited liability company, to provide engineering design, bid, and construction services relating to the Evanston Recreation Center re-roof project.
Thank you, sir.
Same.
Issue. Is there introduction on this resolution?
I'll introduce with a motion to pass.
Mr. Sellers with a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Mr. Welling seconding. Any discussion? There's none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? Thank you. We've removed the next one, and we'll go on to Resolution 2539. Mr. Harris, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2539 is a resolution of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the execution of a contract for services with the Evanston Chamber of Commerce.
Ms. Lim.
This resolution and the two following that are the contracts that we approved through the budget with the Chamber, Cowboy Days, and the Human Services Board. The amounts are the same as last year and the same as we approved in the budget. So.
Okay. This is just a yearly renewal, I guess, of those issues and those contracts. So I'll entertain a introduction on Resolution 2539.
I'll introduce it, Your Honor, for 2539.
Is there a motion to pass it in there as well?
Yes, sir.
Good.
I'll second that.
Best, Perk seconding.
You bet.
Any discussion? If there's none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That's approved. Resolution 2540. Mr. Harris, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2540 is a resolution of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the execution of a contract for services with Cowboy Days Incorporated, a Wyoming nonprofit corporation.
Thank you, sir. Same thing there?
Nothing new.
Is there introduction here?
I'll introduce the motion to pass.
Mr. Welling, is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Lynn seconding. Discussion?
This is for the 17.5, right?
Yes.
Yes. There's no further discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That's approved. Resolution 2541. Mr. Harris, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2541, a resolution of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the execution of an agreement with the Uintah County Human Services Board to provide human services for the citizens of Evanston.
Thank you, sir. Same thing here.
Yes.
Okay.
Same amount as last year.
Yes, 135.
What was that?
135,000.
Is there introduction on this resolution?
I'll introduce with the motion to pass.
Mr. Sellers, the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second seconding. Any discussion? If there's no discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That's approved. Thanks, Trudy. Resolution 2542. Mr. Harris, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 2542 is a resolution of the governing body of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the execution of a property loan and display agreement with Peak Ventures LLC, a Wyoming limited liability company, for loan and display of the Union Pacific crane car and 2 rails on Peak's property located on Union Road in Evanston, Wyoming.
Thank you, sir.
Mayor, members of the council, Rocco O'Neill, City of Evanston Community Development Department. As the title explains there, this is a display and loan agreement with Peak, also known as Apex, building the new facility out in Union Center. We're joined here by Paul, Emmy, and Otto in the back. So if you have any specific questions about how they're going to display, restore, and showcase that crane car, I'm sure they'll be happy to come up here and answer those questions. But the crane car is the UP 903124 industrial brown hoist, built in 1952, deployed in Evanston in 1971, and came into city ownership in 1996. It's been out there on that track for 30 years. And Mr. Cox, actually the decision to move to Evanston was because of his admiration for the roundhouse and the rail yards over there. So Mr. Harris got creative, put together this agreement, and we'll lease that to him and let him display that for a 10-year period.
I think that's way cool. I think it's way cool. I don't know how else to say. Is there anything more you'd like us to know? I mean, is there anything you want us to, if you'd like to say something, you're more than, come on up if you want to. I'd love to hear from you.
So our business is mechanical design. So we thought, well, wouldn't it be interesting to take part of the local community and history and integrate it into what we're building? So we're planning for 3 buildings. The first building, we're styling it after the roundhouse, the brick, the colors, that's cool. Kind of like a little branch broke off. And then I saw that sitting there and I said, hey, can you stick that in the front? And kind of
didn't look like it had been used.
Slightly used, yes.
For decades.
So and then we thought we could put it close to the road so people don't have to come into the parking lot to, if they want to pull over and view it. And then we do signage as appropriate and everything else.
I think it's excellent. And I don't know if I've had a chance to say in other ways, but we appreciate the investment that you're making in our community, and we'd love to have you. We're thrilled with your involvement here, and we hope it's a crazy success for you.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. It's been building is never the most fun thing to do.
Well, I don't doubt that.
But Evanston's been great to work
Excellent. Happy to hear that. Good to have you part of us. Thank you, sir. Is there introduction on this resolution?
I'll introduce the motion to pass, Your Honor.
Willing with the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it, Your Honor.
Perks seconding. Discussion.
I think this is absolutely great. That thing sat there for 30 years, and I think this is absolutely wonderful, so thank you. I seen that on the agenda, and I thought, cool. I hope no one objects to that, because at least something will get done with a piece of equipment that's just sitting there going to hell, basically. Sorry for my English, but it has been for 30 years, so thanks for doing this. I appreciate it.
I think it's a wonderful idea. Just take good care of her. I know you will. And she'll come out looking better than she is now, that's for sure.
Change the oil when it's needed. Further discussion?
No, it's great.
If there's none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That takes care of that. Thank you. Resolution 2543. Mr. Harris, read that title for us, please.
Resolution 2543, a resolution of the City of Evanston, Wyoming, authorizing the execution of a contract with the State of Wyoming Office of the Attorney General, Division of Criminal Investigation, to provide funds to the Evanston Police Department for the High Intensity Drug Trafficking Area Program.
Thank you, sir. Chief.
Yes, Mayor, members of the council. This contract it's a boilerplate contract. We've done it ever since before I came to the police department. I know Congress passed this back in 1988 for this funding. It's been around for a long time. It provides us one officer that's assigned as a task force officer to work with DCI. It opens up a lot of opportunities for our agency. It gives us access to resources, plus it helps curb a lot of drug issues we have around here by having that officer on there. And the state does provide us, as of this year's contract would be $95,000. I think it's $580. If I remember, yes, $95,580.
Excellent. Thank you. Is there an introduction on this resolution?
I'll introduce the motion, Your Honor.
Mr. Schmidt with a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Lynn seconding. Any discussion?
Sounds like a
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no-brainer. Sounds like a no-brainer, right?
Done it for years.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? That takes care of that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Chief, do you have anything more from us? We got to our departments. Is there anything more that you have for us tonight?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Let's see, Mr. Newsom back there. Anything from you, sir? Okay. Mr. O'Neill.
Nothing more, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Lim? Ms. Harris?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Harris?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Okay. Public participation. Is there any here that would like to address the council from the public for any reason? Go ahead. I saw your hand first. If you want to come up, go ahead. We won't count anybody out. Just tell us what's on your mind.
Please forgive me. I did not bring enough of these, but I will make sure that everyone gets one.
Thank you.
I know about this.
Okay.
Here.
I'll bring more. Thank you, Mayor and Council. My name is Jessie Barnes. I'm the director of the Uintah County Sexual Assault Family Violence Task Force here in Evanston, and we have a satellite office in the Bridger Valley. And I just wanted to come and address you. Thank you. Some of the human services money contract that you guys approved tonight does help our program and survivors of intimate partner crimes, domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking, trafficking, elder abuse, and dating violence. So thank you for approving that. It will. I want to just give you some numbers from last year. Last year we worked with 217 survivors, and that includes children and extended families. When I addressed the commissioners today, one of them said that's 4.1 persons a day for this past year. I'm not that great with numbers, that's why we have an accountant. So,
Too many, I know that.
what's that?
I said it's too many, I know that.
It is too many. In those numbers, we had over 2,000 services, and that includes emergency housing, sheltering, help with court, advocacy, medical services, advocacy, helping with talking to landlords, other things like that. Things that people have a hard time doing when they're in the middle of trauma crisis. We collaborated with many agencies over this past year, and it included law enforcement. These are just my numbers for Safe Task Force. If we were to add Vanessa, who is the Victim Witness Coordinator for the Police Department, and Gina, who is the Victim Witness Coordinator for the Sheriff's Department, I'm not sure what the numbers would be. It would be astounding. And perhaps maybe next year we'll be able to do that for our county, because the state is finally collaborating and getting these numbers from each agency. But we work with those victim witness coordinators, law enforcement, schools, medical, mental health agencies, to help get these people services that they need. This last year, we went into the schools in each community, Evanston, Bridger Valley, Lyman. We have a little bit of a hard time with Lyman High School, but the middle school is pretty good. To talk about healthy relationships. What does it look like? Where they can get help, where they can turn for questions. And we were able to talk with 520 students this year. So those things that I just handed you, first of all, you guys donated and bought a table for our Gentleman's Night. And I want to thank you so much. That money is going to go to the victims and survivors in Uintah County. So I will be bringing your tickets for that in the next couple of weeks. So thank you so much for being part of that solution, being part of that. Gentlemen Take a Stand was started by Trevor Rasmussen when he was the director of our agency before he became the undersheriff. I've tried to change that, but people are like, no, we need, the whole point of it was to get men, the leaders of our community, involved in being a solution. And so my vote was shot down, and so therefore it is still called Gentlemen Take a Stand. This year, I'm really excited about what we're doing. We're doing a dueling piano show with an agency or a company called Fun Pianos. So if you've never seen it, I encourage you to jump on YouTube and look up Fun Pianos, because it's going to be a good time. And we've had many, many people donate to auction items, door prizes, raffle items. So we're excited about that. Something that was kind of thrown at me last minute was a softball tournament, which will be 2 weeks later. But Cody and Gabby Blevins has donated in the effort of that. I know that this first one is going to be small, but it will be fun. One of our board members said, let's do this. And I said, okay, I don't need sleep. So the 23rd, we'll have a softball tournament. So if you guys want to do a softball team, I encourage you to do that. And then the last one is the save the date thing, and that's a little bit more serious. That is the silent witness ceremony, where we take time to honor and remember those victims that have been taken, their lives lost at the hands of domestic violence. The last time that the silent witness ceremony was in Uintah County was in 2002. That was the year, I think, the Olympics happened. So the beginning of the year, I had the capacity to do this. I had more than enough staff and board members. I'm down staff and board members, and we're still going to do it. So I want to invite you all to come and collaborate, and not collaborate, but join us. I don't know, not celebrate, but honor those people that have been taken at the hands of violence. October 10th, we will be having speakers, and our chief is going to help do the roll call. I believe that we have 68 names that will be called out. There's a silhouette for each person that has been taken, if they're not already retired. And so it will be a night to not only advocate for more education and advocacy for domestic violence, but for the community to come together and say, not in my house, not in my town. So once we get the invitations done, I will personally bring those and give those to you. But I just wanted to give you some information about what we've been doing. I've been a director a little over 2 years. I feel like I'm still crawling. This is, I think, the first time that I've come as the director of SAFE to come and introduce myself and speak to you. Although I know many of you, I just wanted to do that. So thank you for giving me some time, and thank you for what you do. And again, thank you for being part of the support that these survivors need. And you guys are the people in the background that they don't even know that they have the support. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
Appreciate that very much.
Can I say something?
Sure.
As a survivor myself of domestic violence, what you do is so important. You know, until we get more female leaders, can we define the laws that help protect us to keep us safe? Because there's so much that can't be done, which is why so many of us fall victim to it. So you interceding in there is absolutely critical, because what you do makes it so people like me are not defined by being a victim, but we are defined by being a survivor, and we can achieve anything, as you see. So thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, sharing your vulnerability and your survival story. We need that more.
It's not anything to be ashamed about.
Absolutely.
And keeping it in the dark allows it to perpetuate and breed. It's shining lights on an epidemic that is so widespread that will alleviate the problem, and giving people a voice.
That's what we're here for.
Yes.
So, thank you.
I'd like to add also, I'd like to recognize you and your organization for the great work that you do. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have to, can I just tell a really quick story? I started out as an AmeriCorps Vista for the city of Evanston with after-school programming. And I think Mark was the mayor at the time. And it was still when they did the ice sculptures downtown in February. And the Youth Opportunities Unlimited program was presenting the awards that night. And Grace, who was the director, the leader of that program, she said, why don't you get up and speak? And I was like, okay, what do I say? Like, whatever. Well, I got up here and I froze. Like, I totally forgot what I said. And I think I said, Mr. Mayor and the rest of you. So I just want you to know that I have come a long, long way from remembering to say Mr. Mayor and council. So, but you're right. because I had strong leaders, strong people who didn't really laugh at me or make fun of me because I asked for help, I'm able to come and address you and tell you thank you. And really, you have no idea how many people, well, yes, you do, I just told you. It's not just the survivors and their families that are going through it, but it's the education. We're able to go into the schools, so we are affecting more people. So thank you very much.
One question, for this event, do you have more tables for sale?
We have a lot of tables for sale, and so you can just contact us. And again, I'll just throw this out there. If anybody wants to donate door prizes or auction items, I just got word today that we got some Wyoming Cowboy tickets, so I'm saying, so, and it is fun. Like, it keeps building up. Last year, we had a casino night themed, I like to call it like the Chevy Chase casino night, where he goes to the casino and he's like, guess the number. It was kind of like that, but, so we are getting a little bit better at things. But I just want to invite the community, because the community they are affected by domestic violence, stalking, human trafficking. You see it in TV, you see it in songs, everything. The problem is we don't want to talk about it. It is an epidemic. So, thank you guys. We do, if you're interested.
I'll get with you later.
Okay, awesome.
And another thing, I don't think you want to see this bunch play softball.
Oh, I do. And let me tell you about it. It's not just going to be like
EMT standby.
They're going to have fun. So, like, I don't know if you have to dress up in a tutu, but
You don't want that either.
I appreciate what you're doing.
thank you very much.
Thanks, Jesse.
Any other questions?
Kathy Cook, 912 Main. Thanks for letting me stand up here. I just wanted to let you know that there was a traveler that was in a store that I happened to be in, and he was saying how surprised and beautiful downtown looked with the shops and the flowers, so thank you for that. We still could use a little power washing going on the sidewalks, and the tops of the garbage cans look kind of gross. There's ketchup and gum and all kinds of stuff on that. I just have to ask, when are you going to replace the pavement on downtown? There's cracks, there's big hunks of asphalt that people trip on. Just the other day, somebody hurt their ankle. I've hurt my ankle on it before. So is that in the planning? Because it kind of goes to a big hump and then it falls off and people walk out of their cars and trip on there's pretty bad parts on it.
I don't know if I can answer the question right here, right now, but I can tell you that we have a process or a system that our public works folks undertake to evaluate our roads and our asphalt on a regular basis, and a schedule is set up. So I guess what I would say is, not knowing exactly what you're talking about, maybe the best place to pose that question would be to our public works folks to see when that might fall into the schedule. I don't know the answer to that question.
Well, so have you walked around the city yet? And, well, you can just look on the curb and you can see these big chunks of asphalt that are missing. And then I would like to ask, how come we have 3 different kind of street lights going on? So the Roundhouse has the original lights that they were just put in, but downtown there's 3 sets of lights. So like the one that's on 9th and Main, the way the light hits the stop sign, the whole entire walkway, crosswalk is black. The light hits the stop sign, and then there's a big black stop sign where the pedestrians walk. So why do we have 3 sets of lights?
Oh, Mr. O'Neill, you want to help us with that?
We have a maintenance contract with Rocky Mountain Power, and so Rocky Mountain Power is supposed to
Okay, so they're going to be the original lights then? I can't hear you.
They will be Sternbergs.
They will be Sternberg.
Sternberg lights is what they will be. And some of those are fairly old. I just don't know that the availability changes.
So the lights that are at the roundhouse, is that the kind you're talking about, that everything will be placed with? Okay, great. That sounds good. I love those lights. Okay. And then tonight we were talking about the cost of the roundhouse section 4, the grounds. How much is that? What? Because we didn't see it on our paper.
106,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Good evening. Greg Wilson, 104 Broken Circle Drive. I've got just a bunch of questions here for you, maybe. First question is, on a lot of these resolutions, there's, at the end of it, it says, particularly described herein. Where is herein?
In the resolution itself.
And so we're not getting that whole resolution? Where is that resolution?
It's on the agenda. It's on.
For example, on Resolution 2533, Mayor, when it states, as more particularly described herein, in Section 1 of the resolution, the Wyoming Estates Edition, for example, is described with a legal description.
So where is that? Where can I see that?
It's in the resolution.
So where's the resolution?
You can get on the...
On the website.
city
Oh, it's on the website. Okay.
And then the whole packet is on that website.
Okay, so I can read that whole resolution on the website?
All 120
Okay, okay. Excellent. So on Resolution 2542, there's not a lot of detail here on this piece of paper. Are there details on that resolution on the website? Would answer, like, is there a schedule, what their plans are? Are they going to just paint it? Are they going to refurbish it?
All the particulars will be on
All those
there.
kind of particulars are on the website?
Yes.
Okay, okay. And just real briefly, where's Peak's property? Anybody?
Union Road past the roundhouse.
Right past Clean Energy.
Yeah.
They're right now, they're constructing it. It's under
lot
construction.
that's
There's a lot of
being
equipment
worked
out
on
there.
right now.
Oh, okay.
They're building
So it's a
their
new
first building
building going up? Okay. And so they're going to take that car and move over there with a couple of rails?
Yeah.
Oh, pretty interesting. All right. That's all. Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else? If not, we will adjourn. Thank you, everyone.